7 of the weirdest car launches F1 has ever seen. F1 car launches. The time of year where an F1 fan like me starts to get that excited feeling back knowing my favourite sport in the world is returning very soon to my television screen. Over the years, some teams have tried to utilise the hype and anticipation by going absolutely all out on their car launch. Some have worked, some haven't. That's the point of this video if you haven't caught on yet. Let's take a trip down memory lane to some of the strangest car launches in F1 history. The Earth Car. With a presentation that looked more at home in a David Attenborough documentary, Honda shared their 2007 Challenger with the world at the Natural History Museum in London. Jenson Button and Rubens Barrichello pulled the covers off their car that left most of us speechless. The Honda car had practically no sponsors or branding on it, instead opting to cover its car in a globe pattern. Very odd and unusual, and remains one of the strangest liveries we've seen in Formula 1. Spice up your life. Performing at the Alexandra Palace in London, the world's biggest girl band, Spice Girls, made a big song and dance of the new McLaren that revealed its black and silver West livery. The concert itself saw the Spice Girls sing Wannabe in front of the new McLaren competitor, before bringing out the driver duo of David Coulthard and Mika Hakkinen. Jamiroquai also makes an appearance, with the whole show being super 90s. Crazy to think all these years later, one of the members of Spice Girls, Geri Halliwell, is now married to Red Bull team principal Christian Horner. Perhaps she was on a spy mission all along. Push the button. Sugababes became the Sauber Babes for their 2004 car launch. In one of the weirdest choreographed routines we've ever seen, Sauber welcomed pop band the Sugababes to the launch of their Sauber C23. The performance saw the Sugababes dressed up as a pit crew, fitting a tyre to the car, and just throwing some dancing pipes in there for good measure. Giancarlo Fisichella and Felipe Massa were the drivers that year and attended the event at the Red Bull's Hangar 7 in Salzburg. The energy drinks company was a significant sponsor of Sauber before forming its own team the following year. Piece by piece. We're used to seeing a car presented during a launch fully complete. However, in 2011, McLaren had other ideas. Their launch was held in Berlin and saw a mix of team members and later on the drivers work together to assemble their MP4-26 in front of a crowd of onlookers and media. It was an unconventional way to show off their car to the world, but understandably generated a lot of attention. Location, location, location. Benetton's 2001 F1 car might not have been wildly successful or quick, but it was launched in a truly stunning venue. Uncovered in St. Mark's Square in Venice, the beautiful backdrop featured in the launch of the B201, which was driven that year by Giancarlo Fisichella and Jenson Button. It certainly made more of an impact than simply rolling it out in Formula 1 testing like some teams do now. So lazy. The same but different. During the 1999 BAR launch event, the media were left confused when there was not one but two cars waiting to be revealed. Questions were instantly raised when BAR removed the covers to display two identical cars with two totally different liveries. Jacques Villeneuve's car promoted the tobacco brand Lucky Strike, with another tobacco brand 555 on Ricardo Zonta's machine. However, the FIA quickly spoke up and said that both cars must look identical. They had to come up with virtually the same livery for both cars, and not being able to decide on a favourite, just created a zip design down the middle of the car and made one of the most iconic F1 liveries ever. All aboard the hype train. When deciding where to launch your new F1 car, there have certainly been some unusual choices in this list. We've had the Natural History Museum, Venice and even Berlin. But in 2005, Toyota decided to set up camp in the middle of a train station. Barcelona's Estacio de Franca, sorry if I just completely butchered that pronunciation, is one of the busiest stations in the Spanish city, and the Toyota gang set up their launch with their drivers Jarno Trulli and Ralf Schumacher. There you have it, some of the strangest car launches we've ever seen in Formula 1. Which one is your favourite? Have we missed any in this list that you'd have included? Let us know in the comment section below.